What's up, guys? It's Cody coming back at you from inside the 7.3 Power Stroke. I've been working 12 to 14 hour days throughout the weekend and everything, so I'm pretty tired, but that's besides the point. I wanted to get this video out to you guys, and this is 5 things I love about my 7.3 Power Stroke. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video to hear all 5. Obviously, I love my truck. I love making content about it for you guys. So these are all good things about it. And later on, I'll be honest with you about things that I hate about the truck. But that's another video. So let's get right into the 5 things I love about my 7.3 Power Stroke. Alright, so the first thing I want to mention on the 5 things that I love about my 7.3 is the reliability and the cost of maintenance on this truck compared to other diesels. Now, the 7.3 has a reputation for being reliable, and mine definitely has lived up to that reputation so far. I think I've had the truck for about 2 years. I bought it at 130,000 miles. Now it's got 140,000 miles. So I don't drive it too much. It's only 10,000 miles in 2 years, but it is my daily driver. And of course, compared to a car, it's more expensive to maintain. But compared to other diesels, I think that it's not as expensive to get work done and maintenance and repairs and stuff like that. I haven't had any real problems with this. But I mean, fuel injectors on these, I think the labor, my Ford mechanic was going to charge me like a few $100s to do it on the side. Whereas I think on like a 6.0, for example, they have to separate the cab from the body, and it's like way more for the hourly rate for the labor. The 6.4s, I don't know if they're the same as the 6.0s, but I'm pretty sure the 6.0s are more expensive to do fuel injectors also. Glow plugs aren't real expensive on these trucks. Of course, you know, it does have 2 batteries, so that costs a little bit extra on that end. But in general, the truck doesn't give me problems, doesn't cost me a lot of money in maintenance and stuff, so I love it for that reason. It's super reliable. Never has it not started on me or left me stranded anywhere, and I've taken it, you know, all over the place. So that's a big thing for me because it's my only vehicle, and I don't need to be getting stuck places or stranded or can't make it to work. So I love it for that reason. All right, you guys, the second thing of the 5 things that I love about my 7.3 is how easily it hauls stuff. It's not a dually, mine's not a dually, but you can barely feel it when I have like the bed loaded and it's loaded down with weight, or pulling a trailer with this thing. Not a huge one, but like a good size trailer or toy hauler or a utility trailer loaded down with stuff. You can barely feel it with this truck. I helped my buddy out and pulled a utility trailer loaded with concrete and dirt, and I couldn't even really feel it. The braking, you can feel it behind you when you brake, of course, that's normal, but as far as pulling it, can't even feel it. This thing hauls like nothing. I've loaded the bed with like 6 or 7 fully loaded ice chests and a bunch of camping gear. The truck couldn't feel any of it. The truck did ride more smooth because the suspension wise, but as far as hauling it and accelerating, couldn't even tell a difference. It was beautiful. Didn't even change my fuel economy. So I love that. Of course, that's, you know, one of the big perks to having a diesel. That's why a lot of people would buy a diesel, is to be able to haul stuff, and this 7.3 is amazing at it. It hauls whatever I needed to haul, no problem. Big stuff, sure, you know, there's things that are above the limit, you know, you can cross that line, but I have never had a problem so far. Alright, you guys, real quick before we get into the third thing, if you're enjoying this video so far, please subscribe. I try and put out videos once every 2 or 3 days, and I love doing it, and I love people commenting, so comment down below if you're enjoying it, leave a like. I would appreciate that. So the third thing that I love about my 7.3 is that since the 7.3s have been around for a while, they've figured out and discovered a lot of different ways to make these trucks run more efficiently and have more horsepower. You know, if a new truck comes out, they haven't really found all the little tricks and stuff like that to do. But with this, it's been around. People know, you know, there's a thing that goes into the intake, and it blocks a lot of the airflow, and you take it out and you put a plug in instead, and that increases your flow. They already know that these downpipes are super restrictive on the exhaust, so they know that it's a good thing to replace those. They already have a bunch of different people make, you know, tunes and chips and stuff for these trucks, and they already have it pretty much perfected because the truck's been around for a while. So I like that. You know, it's a lot of stuff I still need to do, but just by looking up simple Google search or YouTube videos on how to make the 7.3 run more efficiently or have more horsepower, there's tons of different things you can do. Here we go. $15 miles an hour. Just kidding. So that's good, you know, because we all know, maybe not everyone, but a lot of us know that these 7.3s, when they're stock, they're not fast. They don't really get that great of fuel economy. So it's nice to be able to look up, you know, YouTube videos and find tons of different ways to make that stuff better, as opposed to on a brand new truck, they might not have found as many things you can do. So that's a big thing too that I like. Alright guys, we're getting close. The fourth thing that I love about my 7.3 is that it does not require any of that DEF exhaust fluid that the new trucks require, and the smog is pretty basic and simple. There's no EGR stuff on this. They pretty much just run your truck, make sure that, you know, you have everything on there that's nothing illegal, and you have your intake on there that's carb compliant, and they plug it in. I think they put a probe back in the exhaust and check your emissions, and, you know, there's a parameter that it has to meet and stuff, but it's not like super crazy. It's pretty simple for these 7.3s. The newer, the late model 7.3s, the OBS 7.3s, I don't think you even need the smog. But for my model, the 99 to 04, you do have to smog every other year, but it's super simple. The not having that DEF fluid that DEF or DEF fluid is super nice, because that stuff just seems like a pain in the ass, and your truck has to do, when you have that, it has to do some cycle where it burns off all the stuff, and you have to drive a minimum of 10 miles for that to happen, or if you drive less than that, it starts the cycle over and over until you do that 10 miles. And it's just a pain in the neck having to buy it and, you know, keep up on it and put it in the import or whatever. So I'm glad I don't have that. All that EGR stuff just gave tons of problems to the 6.0s and the 6.4s. I think they have them more perfected now, but still, it's just nice not having it. So that's a big thing that I love about the 7.3. It's a power stroke. I love the power strokes, but I don't have to deal with any of that, you know, garbage. So that's awesome. It just keeps it simple, keeps it basic. It's just a basic diesel that you don't have to worry about a bunch of crap, a bunch of smog stuff. So that's great. All right, you guys, last one. Here's the fifth thing that I love about my 7.3 power stroke, and that is just how it looks. Because I have always loved the Fords and how they look. The power strokes look so awesome. I've said in my previous videos, so if you've seen them, you know I love the crew cab long bed on almost pretty much every truck style, but on the Fords, the Super Duties, the power strokes, the crew cab long bed, especially, you lift them, they all look so great. The OBSs look great. The later model 7.3s look great. 6.0s, 6.4s, 6.7s all look great. The newer aluminum body ones, I really didn't like them when they first came out, but they've grown on me. I love the 6.7, the aluminum body ones that are out now. The Fords look so great in my opinion. So I love the way this truck looks. I've made it even more so the way that I want it to look by blacking everything out. So it's a white truck with black badges, black wheels, black side view mirror blinker lenses instead of the orange ones, black grille instead of the chrome one. So if you want to see more of that, then obviously check out my other videos. I got tons of other videos of all my upgrades, and just got the new wheels and the grille, tinted headlights, tinted taillights, all recently. We got tons more stuff to come to make the truck look even better. A little bit of a bigger lift. I'm getting some paint work done to make it look nice and new. Eventually the goal for this truck is a 14-inch lift in 40s. For right now, I'm just going up from my sagging older 6-inch lift to an 8-inch lift, so it's going to bring the truck up maybe 2 to 3 inches, so it'll look better with that. Sitting on 37s right now, Toyo open country, all mud terrains. So yeah, I just love how these trucks look. I fell in love with them at a young age, and just, I'm not like an anti-Chevy or anti-Dodge guy, but I love Fords. So that's it, you guys. That's my 5 things I love about my 7.3 Power Stroke. In the future, I'm going to make that 5 things I hate about it, just to be honest with you guys and let you know some of the problems or issues or annoying little details about this truck that there are. So that's a later video. In the meantime, please subscribe and check out my other videos, and I'll see you guys next time.